In this video, you're going to become a master of English pronunciation by learning how to pronounce these contractions correctly. All right, the first contraction we're going to look at today is he's. He's, and this is a contraction of the words he and is. So let me give you some examples. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I don't think he's here right now. I don't think he's here right now. Now you need to know that he's is also a contraction of the words he and has. So when we're using it this way, we're using it in the present perfect. And if you don't know what that is, do not worry about it right now. All right, this video is about pronunciation. We can talk about grammar in a different video. So let me just give you some examples. He's been the champion for 5 years. He's been the champion for 5 years. He's never been to Australia before. He's never been to Australia before. The next contraction we're going to look at is he'll. He'll. And this is a contraction of the words he and will. So here are some examples. He'll call you when he's done. He'll call you when he's done. He thinks he'll get a promotion this year. He thinks he'll get a promotion this year. He'll talk all day if you let him. He'll talk all day if you let him. The next contraction we're going to look at is he'd. He'd. And this is a contraction of the words he and would. So here are some examples. I don't think he'd like that very much. I don't think he'd like that very much. He'd go crazy if he saw that. He'd go crazy if he saw that. Now, you also need to know that the contraction he'd is also a contraction of the words he and had. And when we're using it in this way, we're using it in the past perfect tense. And again, don't worry about the grammar or what the past perfect is right now. Just focus on the pronunciation. And it's the same in this case. So here are some examples. He'd been the best player for 3 years. He'd been the best player for 3 years. He'd talked to so many people before that day. He talked to so many people before that day. Now, one very important thing to remember is that we do not use contractions alone. We don't use them by themselves, okay? A contraction must be followed by something, like a verb, an adjective, something like that, all right? So for situations in which you're simply responding to someone, like a yes or no question or something like that, we wouldn't use a contraction. So let me give you some examples so you can see what I'm talking about. Is he the best? Yes, he's. Wrong. In this case, you would say, yes, he is, because that's the end of your thought. That's the end of the sentence. He is not followed by anything. That's the end. So you would just say, he is. You can't use the contraction there. Will he be able to go? Yes, he'll. Wrong. In this case, you would say, yes, he will. Has he been a good friend to you? Yes, he's. Wrong. I'm sure you know now that you should say, yes, he has. So I'm sure you get the point now, but just remember that contractions are lonely people, all right? We need to use them with something else. We don't use them alone. All right, my friend, now you are a master at using and pronouncing English contractions correctly, just like a native English speaker. Now, if you like this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up. That lets me know I should keep making videos like this one. And if this is your first time on the channel, consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so you never miss the next lesson. This is Life in English. I'm Tony Kaizen, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.